Yo, hello everyone. My name's Mogu, and I'm your caster of the day. And today we're looking into a game of Tris Terrace, and this is going to be a game between Iron, Silver, Bronze 4, and even two unranked players. So the whole Avengers are here. Let's see how this game goes. Because looking at the match history alone, it should be a absolute cinema since it's a 43-minute game. So let's see what we can get out of this game. So just look at the comp before we begin. We can see on the losing side we have Talon. Oh, still loading. We have Talon with Hollow Blades. We have Vayne mid with Barrier in the mid lane, and we have Crit Santa on the support role for the blue side, and then on the red side we have Nocturne. You know, we have Caitlyn Nami bot lane. So if we're looking at comp, I would definitely prefer the comp that we have definitely on the blue side. Sorry, on the red side compared to the blue side. So, okay, first things first, into the game. Let me turn the volume down, and I'll let it direct the camera for me. So, by looking at the comms, and can you show me the scoreboard? Thanks for the production team, which is also me, by the way. So, let's just take a look at every player's runes and builds. So first thing we can see, we have Senna support, we have a Viger support, we have a Viger ADC, we have a Vayne mid, with hella Blade Talent top, which is already kind of insane. By comparison, the red side team comp makes so much more sense, since it's more of a team fight comp. Like we have Caitlyn, Nami to ensure the ranged DPS, and we also have the Yone, the Malphite, the Norton, they can all go in to try to do damage. So if you're looking at comp, I probably like the red side more, but the blue side's potential lies within his scaling potential on Senna stacks, definitely also on Viger's first strike and the stacks. So like we have double stacking bot lane against red side, really aggressive bot lane. But let's see how it goes. He even goes first strike. So like level 1 into the game, we can already see like really aggressive trading. Vayne started game with a call, while Yone started a game with a D-Blade. So basically no respect given. Facing against a ranged champion, yet there is no D-Shield. Let me check if there is there is indeed a second win, so a little bit of respect, but not that much. Then we're looking at the top and bot. It's pretty standard, you know. Top lane we have like hella play talent. To be honest, I still don't understand the tag. Not to this point. Mid lane, the tornado all the way into the Brazil, into the spirit dash back to the fountain. So that's the first blood coming in from Vayne. No pots are used, no summoner spells are used from Yone's part. Probably saving it for the next fight. Just like that, blue team started the game at 1-0. And if we're following the logic of triple scaling, because they have scaling mid, scaling AD, scaling support, the game's actually looking good for blue side, if you ask me. So, but Vayne decided to stay. Okay, Yone lands a knockup, missed the W. You know, aiming for Teemo probably. And he's still not potting. Yone still has flash. Will we have the solo kill here? Not really, but that Malphite's already out of mana. Randomly staying in lane. Probably not getting anything out of it. Well, Fiddlestick is stuck in this jungle camp. Not being able to full clear at 3:30, probably gonna last all the way till like 3:45 or something. Well, Norton already finishes full clear and is currently pathing towards bot, but is spotted by a ward. Alright. And top lane, every player is just like doing charity. Both players donating minions to Riot Jesus himself. Doesn't seem like wanting to CS at all. Okay, got stunned by the cage. Double lands on Fiddlestick. Will we turn around and fight it? The fear is already connected. Will it be a fear? It's already a fear. The flash is used from Fiddlesticks. The flash follows with the late shield, but it's already finished. Will they chase after the Santa now? Because Santa flash is still up. Will Caitlyn be able to chase it? Caitlyn's chasing after Santa while Nocturne's chasing after Viger. Caitlyn's Peacemaker is all the way to Brazil aiming for I don't know what, and mid lane's already 200 health to 100 health. What the fuck happened in this game? We don't really know. And by the way, 4 minutes in, everyone is still having 20 CS on average. So every player averages on like 5 missed cannon. Not 5 missed cannon, 5 missed minions. Or 4 missed minions. And not really able to fight. But mid lane's going for a solo kill yet again. Will Yone get the kill? The Condemn leaves Yone with a slit of health. And got out of the situation while getting the comeback kill on Vayne. Most players playing to their absolute limit while not respecting minions, cooldowns at all. That was the cinema we are looking for. 3 minutes into the game, 5 minutes into the game, we are already seeing such a high quality gameplay. To be honest, if you just hide those teams, it's probably, I would have guessed it's probably KT versus T1 in the finals. In the Brazilian server, probably. So, Yone successfully got out with a tilted fade, while top lane's Talon is looking for solo kill. Span is ult, but now both top laner is out of mana. Will we see any recall? Or will Malphite try to freeze the wave here? Oh my god! Please don't! Please just take a recall, man. You're out of mana. No one can, both of you can't do anything. Like, top lane's basically two. This is in a boss. Like, if we look at top lane, both of them are out of mana right now. So it's like playing in a boxing match where both players are getting knocked out. The good thing is Norton's ganking mid, ganking Vayne with no with no E on the Yone side, but will Norton get the kill? Shielding for not the Condemn, but the Tar Shot. However, still gets the kill. Runs into the fiddle, hits him with a fear. And we're looking at top lane. 2 players still trading wheelchairs. Both players are willing to play with no mana, no health, no abilities, and still trying to stare each other down. Yone studying with a sliver health. Can he get out? And he gets murdered by the final Fiddlestick silence. Really plain yet effective kill from Fiddlesticks. And Caitlyn decides to leave the game for a while because he would probably need a coffee break from all the minions that she missed. Well, let's see when will he come back. Okay, she's already back. The coffee break is finished, and he's currently averaging around 3 CS per minute, sitting at the 27 CS at 7 minutes and a half. Nocturne's already level 6. Do we look for a gank on top? Nocturne has the SS2, the ult, lands the ulti, lands the fear. But Talon flashes away while mid lane, Yone got under the tower but traded 1-for-1. What am I looking at? Like, everyone's trying their hardest to lose this game. 8 minutes into the game, it's like everyone. Is it like Oscar night? To be honest, every player here deserves to get an Oscar for how good they're acting, pretending to be on the same side as the teammate, yet everyone's trying their hardest to lose. Well, Caitlyn's finally back to lane after traveling to Narnia for 3 minutes. Please come back. Can we see some on the tower farming? Never mind, farming's not that important anyways. Like, we just focus on the trading. And just please, just no need to auto minion when they are low health, alright? Doesn't matter, who cares about minion if you can get a kill? And mid lane lands a knockout. Malphite's chasing after Talon. He saw Talon, but yet he still warded the bush in the alcove. You know, trying to scout a Teemo, maybe. Lands a bubble. Dodges an ability. We have double heal bot lane to make sure that the effectiveness for heal is minimized. You know, if we have min-max for the, you know, let's say pro play angle, this is probably like max min. Because they're trying to be the most ineffective player across the rift. So Vayne is coming for Nocturne, and are there any chance where he can go for a kill? He blocks the fear, and he fears Caitlyn. He fears Vayne, trying to trade a 1-for-1. Really close, but a little bit too late, a little bit too squishy. Malphite top lane doesn't seem to be doing any damage. Let me take a look. Malphite is maxing W? What? Alright. Maxing W, I'll play Era 13. You know? Maxing W against Talon, so he's just probably chasing after the damageless Malphite, the 0 damage Malphite build. But interestingly enough, it's still enough for him to win his lane for now. Well, Vayne's currently getting a plate out of mid lane. Yone? Alright, Yone is currently 2-4, but still somehow having more CS. So everyone is just allergic to farming, yes, this game. Going into the tower, chasing for the kill, but Vayne still has gone down, and the spirit's already going back to Yone, and it seems nothing happened, while top lane Malphite is still chasing after Talon, and once again, Malphite is out of mana, because it's D-Shield Malphite. You know, Malphite's having D-Shield, Talon's building... is building Hydra, Fiddlesticks building Blasting One, ADC Viger is going our way, and when we have a support center going for Scout Slingshot, instead of support item or anything that helps with that, okay, the Nocturne ulti coming right in, fear onto the Fiddlesticks, but it doesn't really matter. The Ignite comes down, will Yone be getting the kill? He got the kill on Fiddlestick, but they wouldn't be able to get the Vayne also, because we miss an auto attack on our Triss Terrace, and just like what a Terrace would do, he yoinked his top blade and probably invading his jungle by now, just to find out there is no jungle to invade. Alright, Caitlyn once again got stunned, and a random flash comes in. You know, PSA kids, when you're at home, you know, please don't walk out when your support is not here. When you're playing ADC, the fear is coming down for... It's a double two-man bubble and a flash and the center ulti coming right in, and the Caitlyn's decide to farm in the middle of the fight, and the Vayne is randomly roaming with 400 health. What the hell is going on in this game? Caitlyn's ulti coming in. That's a good block, but Vayne is still sitting in the tri-bush trying to recall with 400 health. For whatever the reasons, why he just randomly give up on his own lane and decides to donate all of his plates to Yone for free. So in top lane, Era 13's getting ganked maybe by Fiddlesticks because Akko is currently in the top side. Looking for an ulti angle. Will he land it? Lands the fear. Missed the silence. What about a kill? Okay, also lands a kill, gets the Dark Harvest, and will the bleed finish the job? It seems that it actually will, but Nocturne's also a wild ulti coming back in a few seconds. Yone going in for Seal the Fade, being back, but he's getting hit by the tower. The shield wouldn't save him. Ulting on top side. Talon lands the fear. Keep on auto attacking. The Stride's already doing his thing. The Conqueror is already doing his things, and he finally collects the kill. While bot lane, Viking decides to walk out with 200 health for whatever reasons, and all four of them are currently sitting at like low mana, so they probably need to go for a reset, but who cares, man? This is Iron Games. No one cares about resources or health or minions or XP. No one cares about these things anyway. Everyone's probably, you know, we have mid lane sitting there with 1.1k go, jungle is sitting there for 1.2k go, support's not recalling with 1.4k, AD, Caitlyn not recalling with 1.5k, my man Pink rolls. You know, it's really crazy. Like 40 minutes in, the mid tower is almost down despite Yone is actually winning his lane. Going for the E, going for the move speed, going in. Lands the knockup, but he refuses to take the kill. It seems Yone is probably allergic to kills. You know, what a standard Iron Lobby hold. So he takes the tower, Fiddlesticks ulti is coming out. The knockup missed, the shield and ignite would be applied on the Vayne. But Yone didn't even bait his barrier out, and Yone has the collective deaths of 7 already, which is over 80% of the total deaths on his team. That's a crazy number. Okay, my top lane, Sunfire Cave's completed, and the Hydra, the Profane Hydra on Talon is also completed. You know, looking at both teams, I would say it's a pretty close team. Like, on the blue side, we have a lot of, like, you know, we have kills on Vayne and Fiddlesticks, but on the red side, everyone has a kill. If you're talking about the advantages we're looking for, red side probably have the advantage of the gold being equally spread in between top, jungle, and mid. And the blue side advantage is absolutely being they have 6 players, you know, the 6-1 being the blue side Mercenos. You know, Yone is probably the spy that they put in. So they're doing Dragon, lands the 2-man bubble, going in for Stride, lands the Fear, keep on auto-weighing. Fiddlesticks already ulti and flasher downwards, coming in with the late heal. Caitlyn ulti with the missed bubble. Are they going to take over the dragon? And Viger just aimed the stun at its own center. Are they trying to retake? Are they trying to retake? Can Caitlyn retake this? He's sitting in the bush. Maybe he's playing on his Candy Crush. Because mid lane's already on to tier 2 and Malphite's sitting in his base buying. Okay, Malphite's finally back out. Welcome back, you know, Mr. Malphite. And he is obviously building full armor against Talon. So I would say things are fine right now. You know, but let's see if red team can win the 4v5. Sorry, 4v6. Because Yone is their 6th player. Alright. And Pink Rose going for 1v1 against Mario. Heals burn, mid lane, also going for 1v1. Stack up the tornado, will he land it? Yone is trying to land knockup, but then he missed. Vayne is supposed to retaliate, but no one cares. Already has tornado again, but mid lane, bot lane's also fighting, mid lane's fighting, getting punished by the Vayne. Vayne is already chasing a tumble forward into the Tilda. Vayne lands onto the Vayne, miss kill, miss W, flash! So that he dies in style. Nocturne ulti coming in onto the Viger is stunned, 2-man knockout from the tidal wave. Caitlyn gets a double kill, probably a good sign for the red team, but it's probably a bad sign for the blue team. Despite blue team has 1 more player on the team, it seems that Yone is not inning hard enough. And Fiddlesticks is ulting out. Nocturne's trying to go back to help, but both of his teammates die too fast. No one can press any buttons, it seems their fingers and the keyboards and the mouse are all disabled for the bot lane duel. And in the chat we can see the Nocturne pinging Yone like crazy in the chat. Like, I would have done the same, to be honest. Like, what the hell is you know, picking Yone and then even going Ignite, but then, you know, having like 40 CS in some point because Vayne randomly goes roam. And Yone still managed to lose his lane with such an enormous advantage, but then the unstoppable force is landed onto the Vayne, the slow. Let's see if Yone could redeem herself. The E, walk past, the fear. Haven't pressed any buttons yet, and he just dies like this. Nocturne's coming with the Nami, speed boost, the slow, the fear's also connected. Maybe feared onto the fiddlesticks, and fiddlesticks, you know, Akko also falls. Well, my man Pink rolls. Guma Yusi in bronze is trying to outplay 1v2. Unfortunately, he wouldn't be able to do it because compared to Guma Yusi, Pink Rose is more of a Guma useless. You know, walking up on the trap, having 4 CS per minute, sorry, 90 CS at 19 minutes. You know, maybe weak side's not your gig, you know, Pink Rose. Yone is walking down to bot lane, trying to catch his wave. Will he int again? Will he int again? Okay, walks into the cage. Miss a kill on a minion on purpose just to lower their guard. It seems nothing happens here. Catch the wave, but Caitlyn is not catching mid, so no one's catching mid. Which means support should... Like, what the hell? What are we having? Like, is support supposed to be catching mid? Okay, Yone lands an E, lands a Silver Fade, and they start auto-attacking with the Ignite and then with the knockout. This is Yone, everyone. What a fair and balanced character. Fiddlesticks is already in position. No one can see the Fiddlesticks ulti coming in. Yone killed away, but Fiddlesticks just need one more E, one more silence, one more take off the damage, and the Dark Harvest would claim him. Slightly got out of the silence range. And Yone will survive the play while Caitlyn is handing over her badge. So we're already 20 minutes in. You know, people are fighting crazy. We have 30 kills in 20 minutes. And definitely, we probably want to get something going that does not include Yone walking mid with 200 health and dying to a Fane. I don't know what is he thinking, just like that Caitlyn, but then Nocturne is coming in for the shield to just block the Condemned, a really smart move with a little bit of jungle attacks. Holy shit, it's actually a terrorist, jungle terrorist. Just miting out of the cannon, getting the whole wave, and not give a single shit about what the ADC thinks. Flashing on top of Senna and dashing into the cage. Oh my god! Don't tell me he got out of... Okay, luckily he didn't get out. Because this is getting away with murder. But luckily, he paid for his sin. And we have Caitlyn versus Talon here. Talon burn his ult. Caitlyn burns her ult with the empower damage from Nami. Still not enough damage. And Nami is walking into Fiddle. Fiddle ulted, lands a W, and Nami died just like that. It's Yone gonna be the next victim. Silver Fade. Ulti backwards and then flash away. Got out just as likely. While Vayne catches the wave on top lane and Talon yoinked his wave? Wait, what the hell is going on? Alright. Akko is piping towards Arakan. Any chance that they could have started? Alright, as we can see, both sides are hanging around the bot side area. They can see the ward, they can see them starting Arakan. Nocturne's ulting in. But instead of flash away, the team is not here yet, and Yone is doing whatever the fuck he likes. Going in for an auto attack, Bork is procced, but the time is up. He goes back, Vayne condemned. Tumble from behind Yone. Can he get the kill? He gets the chase on the kill, and Caitlyn's 1v1ing the Fiddlestick while Yone is 1v1ing the Senna. Malphite playing with teleport doesn't even fucking care about his team losing the other kind or even losing a team fight. So he just fight. Well, his team is fighting 1v1 separately. Malphite's fighting 1v1 against the wave. Alright, teleporting mid for the defend. What are we seeing here? Oh, get Unstoppable Force, and I guess Fane unplugged his keyboard. The flash stare. Alright. Lens 1Q. Fane's gonna condemn again. I don't think Malphite has the range. It's a over, and Vayne got out without even needing to use flash. Okay, so Fane's getting blue. Viger is trying to stop. Malphite's weak call. Malphite's going back to top. It's in an Arakan part 2? I think it's in Arakan part 2. Because Fiddle's bot side, and then Hero is charging the tower. Oh my god, please don't ride the Arakan to charge it. No, you're getting ulted. You're getting ulted! Alright, he didn't block the fear. But then Nami ulti bailed him out. But Nami ulti bailed him. Got herself into the fight. Like stepping onto the cage, stepping onto the thingy. And then going in for the snare, for the fear. You know, Vayne tumbled, coming out. Caitlyn's trying to trap this. Caitlyn doesn't even care about his team. Step on the trap. Isn't even greeting for auto attacks, and then deals 0 damage before Vayne finishes him off. Like, that's the 0 damage ADC we are looking for. Like, this is a hero play that completely demolished the Bull team. No, in terms of the first tower and second tower, but it completely diminished the red team. Since now their Nexus is getting closer and closer to explosion. Okay, camping his shadow. Can he land the knockup? Killing backward, and that's a Vayne with 12 kills against a Yone with 12 deaths. Frank's are looking pretty tough though. For the red side, obviously. Landing a fear on Vayne, landing a Q, auto him to death, but he probably has a condemn, so Nami isn't even auto attacking, so that was a little bit crazy. Malphite was indeed camping for Talon, lands an unstoppable force, but I don't think Malphite has enough damage. Fiddlesticks ulti comes back in, he's trying to 1v1 the Fiddlesticks too, like, huh? Alright, standing his ulti. Standing his ulti when you only build armor and you are against a 9-3 Fiddlesticks, and other cannon attacks coming in from Jungle Terrace. Whoa. So many towers taken by the rep side, but Nocturne's ulting in, trying to collect talent skill. He got it. But the dragon, it's probably blue side. Let me turn on object time since the cloud drade's already up, so I guess this will be the end of the soul as blue team claims soul point. The cloud soul for the blue team. He's getting chased down. Will he ulti? Will he turn around? He ulti backwards, but still get murdered by Kraken Slayer effect. Chasing after Nami now. Stepped on the bubble. Trying to trap it. Unstoppable force. Fiddlesticks ulting in. Like, sure, no one do vision on the, in this elo. As we can see, it's pitch black on the, if we're looking at blue side vision, it's pitch black. If we're looking at red side vision, it's also pitch black. Just what can I say? This is probably the Iron Game of the century we're looking for. successfully defended, and then Talon randomly staying for no reason, for whatever reason, right? Okay, so the Baron is up. What we, you know, what we are supposed to do here is to hover around the top side, get everyone and their pets and their dog and their mother and their dog. It's hovering towards the bot side as if Baron is not an objective on the top side, including Senna, including Fiddle, including Nocturne, including Yone. So just no one in this universe cares about Baron at all. Okay, going in for the Sealer's Fate just to aim for the Teemo, and he successfully sealed his own fate back to the base. That's my man, Yone, for the whole game. I would say a pretty consistent, you know, if we have to rate this Yone player, rate my man Mark. I would say, you know, pretty consistent player, because he has been playing the same way from the start to finish. Missed tornadoes, missed ultis, and randomly go in for a 1v5. You know, I'll say he's probably the next super top. You know, on par with Azuz and Keen, I'd say. Okay, Nocturne coming in, the jungle, going in for the fear, really high attack speed and movement speed coming in from the Hex Blade. And Talon's randomly is actually missing in action in this game, and now what they need to do is just to not do anything stupid. I'm talking about red side. Just don't do anything stupid. Take your reset, spend your gold, and wait for the team. And just like that, it's time to do something stupid. Nocturne's getting chased by Vayne, and the thing randomly decides to not to check the first push, and Nocturne gets his reset. Oh my god. Vayne's wanting the tower. He should be able to get it because of the Kraken attack speed. And Caitlyn's solo defending bot wave, while support Senna randomly goes mid. Come on, man, what am I looking at? And Nami is trying to scout out Vayne. Will she be in the bush? Lands. The knockup lands. And then he goes in and then fear the minions. The condemned lands, and the Fiddlesticks also ulti in the mid lane. Malphite's trying to get away with the blast cone, but Caitlyn just don't fucking care. He keeps on moving backwards. And will this be the miracle escape? Like, you know, Caitlyn be like, see ya, and then he just vanish out of this platform. Not even a trap, not even a net. It's not my business, not my problem. That's a really wise word. You know, especially when the one killing them is one of it is Talon, the other one is Fiddlesticks. Just like, you know, Baus always said, not my lane, not my problem. So, you know, make sure when you feed or died, and if your teammate's dying to the player in other lanes, don't care, you know. Sometimes, you know, it might not necessarily be a bad thing, aside from the fact that you might be getting 4 honors, you know, that appears in a red exclamation mark after the game. And just like that, red team's Barons almost going to be timed up. It's a little bit closer and closer. They have to do something though, since if the game keeps going, Viger, Vayne, and Senna would just outscare everyone though, so they need to be more proactive. Things like going into the Talon, try to land the fear, but Talon ultis and flashes away. I don't think it can be chased anymore, but Nocturne has, and Other Thought runs into 3 players, 4 players, fails to block the shot, and Nami jumps on top on the face of Fiddlesticks for whatever reason. I guess Nami is just a sashimi now, since it died. And then Malphite top lane landing a ulti, doing some damage onto the Vayne, and Yone is trying to join the Death Club for whatever reasons, and with Nocturne ulti being down, would it be a Elder angle, or do we have the angle for the steal on Terrace? So Terrace is not going for the steal, and we are giving Elder Drake. Nocturne going top just to ping some question mark on the Malphite, and he actually run into Fane. The fear will connect. He doesn't have the shield yet because the shield is blocking nothing. The Elder is almost getting the kill. Luckily, he win that, and Malphite is just trying to steal his red buff, and in return, he smite the red buff to secure it, and it's currently walking top to get the wave. Well, I guess the base is not that important anyways. Alright, we are coming back for defend. Okay, going for the run or one shot. Fiddle coming in. Seal the Fate, lands a knockup. Malphite lands a knockup too. You know, it's 2 for 3 for now. Is it 2 for 3 for now, but can we defend the base with Elder, with Nami? You know, with Elder, Caitlyn, Fiddlesticks, Talon against Nami, Nocturne. I refuse to believe that it could be defended. But coming in, Nocturne's actually doing a lot of damage. Double bubble doesn't really help, as the bleeding and the burn from the Elder is just too much. And one more wave coming in. Caitlyn's 20 seconds from spawning. Yone takes 20 seconds from spawning. Don't care about Yone, I only concerned about Caitlyn, since Yone is gonna just come up and then miss the Suit of Fate and then died probably. Like I'll refer him as Booty Mark. Alright, Mark is responded. You know, Blue Mark. Welcome back. Welcome back, Mr. Blue. Like, to be fair, despite the red side, it's actually losing like 4 dragons and an Elder. It's actually not as bad as we think. Since the gold value is still about the same, you know, right now Yone gets a soul kill onto the Tal, and then Yone ulted away, Nocturne's coming in for the Fane. Now we're chasing after Fiddlesticks, the stun also comes down, can't really move, that's a nice bubble. Fiddlesticks probably needs to die here if nothing goes wrong, and the whole connected, and on the other side, Nocturne's trying to chase after Viger, but then got punished. Did him not for having ulting, and that could be a turn, to be honest. That could be a turn. It's Talon. Oh my god, this flash! Oh my god! Nami! You might want to check your eyesight. Well, that's just, you know, let's just say that's pretty big. Okay, lands the knockup, lands the snare, lands the fear. 4 seconds till Talon, 9 seconds till Vayne. I don't think this will be an end because there are no minions. You don't really do damage to towers without the minion wave, and Vayne is already respawned with a well-managed tumble and sidestepping. Vayne could just kill everyone at here, but I don't think, not like this. He tumbles into 5 of the players and then is basically asking to die. Okay, so the Fate onto 0 players. And then everyone's looking at Fiddle ulti, but everyone decides to stay inside it and got murdered, dealing negative damage, not being able to get the shut down. And the movement speed from the Cloud Raid is actually helping it out. So every team is trying their absolute hardest to lose this game. Blue side, red side, you know, they have the same goal, is to make themselves lose. Oh, Baron is up. I do think they can most certainly get Baron on the blue side. You know, since Senna's building ADC and Fiddle doesn't really take damage from Baron because of the heal and life steal. Alright. Things are going well. For the blue side, now they just need to clear the wave. No one plays you know, don't push along since they have Nocturne. and then they will eventually win the game by pushing 2 lanes. You know, probably mid and bot, play around the vision, fiddle lands a great ult, end of the game. As we can see, red team basically have zero vision on the bottom side. Alright, Malphite maybe running into 2 of them. Nocturne ulting the ADC, trying to look for the Fear. The Fear already got it. The Kingland ulti also got it, but then he's getting gangbanged by 2 players already. Malphite lands an ulti onto the Vayne, and Nocturne's already dead. Terrace is down. I repeat, Terrace is down. Coming in for the President, and is Arco going to be decked? Hourglass is used, dodge out the damage. Bubble is missed. It's missed time, but they still get a tower, still get a player. Viger lands an ulti, and all the same time, Talon is not joining the fight at all. He is sitting in the base, fighting against Super Minion. Red team was calling for an Elder, and Yone decides that mid wave is more important than Elder? Alright, you do you. You know what can make it even better? Yone deciding not to rotate to his team, and they got solo kill by Talon. Let's see if that happens. Okay, luckily it did not happen, but I still not able to get objective because the lack of DPS. Is Yone trying to end the game here? Okay, he's not, and let's hope he finally rotates to his team now. Please move, Yone, please move! He decides to recall. And no one's checking Elder. Alright, that's good for the red team now. Now, once Terrace arrive, they will then have enough damage, and the Smite will secure the dragon. Or at least should be able to secure the dragon. Okay, the red team got it. And everyone is sitting at full build. On the blue side, we have Vayne with full building. On-hit crit Vayne, where it consists of attacks, speed, on-hit item like Kraken or Terminus, but at the same time he also builds IE. On the red side, we have a Yone building Jackshot despite not building Bruiser's item, like, at the very least, like Starix or something. So it's, interesting build, let's just say. But the red team have the not the Baron buff, but the Elder buff here. They should be able to go in. Just one good engage. One good engage will get them this game. Going in, Nocturne gets Fear. The shield is not out yet, but Nami lands her Tidal Wave. Doesn't really do that much. Malphite still have the ulti. Now Nami can heal all of them up. It's just the matter of time. Lands another Q. Can Yone stack up the tornado? I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the angle. I'm seeing the angle. Maybe the Silent Fade. Alright, Tito sticks in the base. They're really trying really hard to defend it. Vayne's tumbling out, try to fight that. Yone's already down to half health. They have a little bit of high still. Nocturne going in for the slow. It's Malphite going in. Malphite, please press ult, please press ult, please press ult! This is Challenger Malphite gameplay, guys. Press ulti, and you win the game. How surprising. Before they die, Fiddle 6 definitely clears every single minion. But then the next wave is coming. There is 50 seconds, 60 seconds on the clock. And I do not think blue team can be alive again to defend the base. So congrats to the red team for this ultimate comeback. 1 Baron, 1 Elder, 4 Dragons, and a Soul. 3 towers down, 2 inhibs down. Congrats to the red team for getting the comeback of this game. This is an absolute cinema, and I guess the best part of the red team is that they are capable of winning this game 4 versus 6, despite Yone is running it down every single moment possible. That is 18 death in a 33-minute game. Not only that, if we're talking about the losing side, the second best player is definitely Fiddlesticks, landing a lot of great ults, great early ganks, great ults, great early ganks, great cutout with a lot of vision abilities. All the way mostly come from Nami not using his trinket or support item at all. My man remove bot lane. Who doesn't know him? He's like a budget carrier. But then the best player on the losing side, if we're gonna pick an MVP from the blue side, it's definitely Yone, giving the opposing team. Let me do a quick calculation. 18 death, 300 kills per death. So 3k, 6k, gifting his opponent 5,400 gold in total throughout this game. Not in and that's excluding from plates and wave. Giving 6k gold to his opponent minimum for free. Such a great guy, such a charity guy. I hope my man Mercs Mercenaries can try harder in his next game to run it down more. And I hope his teammates, Pink Rose, remove bot lane, Triss Terrace, and Era 13 can give him one of the greatest honor, the red honor. And then, just make sure to check all the negative gaming, alright? And, just a little bit, of a sentence to close off today's tournament. PSA to anyone outside: if you see Mercenaries 1 in your game, if you're the ADC, make sure to steal his cannon. If you're the jungler, make sure to smite his cannon. No doubt, this guy probably doesn't deserve to get this cannon, alright? So that would be it for today. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you next time in another Worlds Final in Iron. Peace out.